Okay, good afternoon, boys. How's everyone doing? Feeling good? Ready for the game? Still our preseason. We're going to be playing against Everton from Nyanga. It's their under 18s, but they're going to bring also some 20-year-olds and 21-year-olds in their group. So it's going to be nice and physical for us. But I think for me and for us, what is important is to focus on what we have worked on during the preseason and focus on also the things that we did in training this week. Firstly, this is our table of content, things that I'm going to go through with you guys. Like we did, the build-up, the progression, with the wide overload using the diamond. Also, same from the build-up into our progression, and then out of position we'll just, because we didn't do much on our general setup, we're also just going to be cautious in how we're going to press them and set pressing triggers and pressing moments against them. I don't see them being so tactical, but we just have to be wary on what these guys will bring. And then we finish off with set pieces. Okay? Oh, you can't tell them. There's one part from here. Okay? So we go to our starting 11. We have Asekona in goals, Yongama right centre back, Luto centre back, Matthew left centre back, Sitengosi and Litemba, two midfielders, Zuba, Malikanye, two tens, Asake, Mpo, and Jordan as our front three. Okay. Of course, we have worked on a number of things in the past few weeks, but I think what is important for us also is not to forget the stuff that we have worked before. As much as we are working on the wide diamond and the wide overloads, but this does not mean that we need to forget about other stuff that we have worked on, because not always that the wide diamond will be on, but we still have to show our way and how we want to play, keeping the ball, being confident on the ball, okay? But also when we lose the ball, we're still pressing high. We try to regain the ball as quick as we can. I think that's our strength and that's the type of players that we have. So this is key for us, okay? If we go to our build-up, of course we're going to drop our three centre-backs inside the box with our two midfielders just outside the box, hopefully behind their press. Okay, we let their press go and press against our four inside using our goalkeeper. As a corner, you must always know that you're not in the same line as the centre backs in the build-up. You are just slightly behind to give yourself room to move. Okay, and also our distances in between us, not to have too much distances. This is fine from here to here and here to here. This is important for us. For him not to be in the same line as Luto, but to be slightly behind, to build or to give himself a little bit of room, okay? And then when we come here, now when the ball moves into the centre back or even into our left centre back, Matthew, the ball side midfield takes the next line. Remember, he was here, he was low, they were both low, now the ball moves, now he takes the next line. Why do we want him to take the next line? We want him to take the next line so that he can take away the guy that is here, one, but also he gives us the option to be on the base of our diamond here, okay? And now Cobb can shift across to receive this pass. If Setu started here and then he goes high, the midfielder follows him, this zone becomes open, now he shifts across to receive and then we start to play from there. We can still do it like way. Or, especially now when Skara drops into this wide zone. When Skara does this, automatically for Jordan, you slide in between the two defenders here, the left back and the centre back. Mpo shifts across. We have our diamond. Also, when we are here, we shouldn't move too much or run too much or run with the ball too much, okay? Because our idea is to attract them this side so that maybe we can play here and then back to Setu into Kop and find Zuba on the other side. Or even from Setu into Mpo, find Zuba. Or into Setu, one pass if there is space in front for Zuba, okay? We can see it here with our progression. Zuba will be our outlet in this moment. He is our outlet. He's the guy that when we form this diamond, when we are overloading this side and they try to shift because they think that maybe they want to close us here, we have one as an option, a deeper option, and also another deeper option. Maybe this is our zone 1, and maybe this is our zone 2, and maybe this is our zone 3. Now from here it goes there, it goes to the outlet, or here into the outlet, or here into the 9, into the outlet. And then also, what is key is to create this 1v1 for Asake there. Now, Zuba, also when you receive the ball, don't just get the ball and pass it here. Dribble to attract him or to attract him, see how they react to you dribbling in to create maybe a 2v1 here, or even a 2v2 with your skill and your brains, I think. We can find moments like that, okay? But also, this does not mean that if these options are closed, we still play back, we rotate to the other side. Maybe now from Matthew, you are the one that can find Zuba because maybe they have shifted one side and then it's a pass to here to Matthew or to here, or from here, here, into Zuba or into even the winger to create and maximize those 1v1s moments, okay? This is just key principles that we just touched on, okay? Two-touch or two-touch principle, it's just for control for us, okay? To avoid playing one-touch passes because most of the time, the one-touch passes are not so controlled, okay? But when you have a touch or you take 3 touches or 2 touches, now you have a little bit of control, but also it should be in one moment or in one action, okay? Distances in between us, because these distances, they help us also to, when you lose the ball, to counter press, okay? Connection, when we want to play shorter passes, these connections and these distances, they give us control. Now, when you have this control, when you have the ball, it helps us also. Now we control in possession, but also we control out of possession because our distances are shorter and we cover shorter spaces, okay? Interpositional change, just what I spoke about with the 2 midfielders, with Setu going higher and Kop getting into his position or into his zone. Movement also, we need to move, but timing of the movement. Don't just move for the sake of moving. Don't move and get into the wrong position. Sometimes, if you don't move, it's a move because the opponents will be moving all over the show. So also be wary of that, not to move so much, okay? Joel, we also spoke about our overloads, our wide overload and our central overload. If you can do both at the same time, and then it will be good for us because it will be difficult for them to cover 2 zones at the same time. Okay, movement of the ball and move the ball so that we can move the opponents. So it means that we have to move the ball and we have to move it quicker, move the ball. Okay? Defensively, this is our defensive shape, okay? It's simple for us, it's always been like this, okay? Setu drops, as our midfielder, he drops to form the 4 at the back. So now we have a 4-3-3 or a 4-5-1, it does not matter. But this 4-5-1, what is important for us is the distances. It's being compact, not allowing space in between. That's why also I created these triangles. Also, it helps that we are closing passing lanes, but also our 10 is closing this zone so that they cannot pass this, they cannot make this pass. Same applies on the other side. These connections are also important. These connections are important. These connections are important. These connections are important. These connections are important for us. Okay, so we don't allow them to play the ball through us. So these moments, if one of the players drop into this space, one of the 10s has to be aggressive to press. We speak about distances also here. We speak about distances where we have to be compact, we have to be in good connection so that we work together as a team. Sometimes it's 2 of us, sometimes 3 of us in groups. Maybe the center backs, or maybe the back 4, or maybe the 3 here, or maybe the front 3 working together to press against the 4 or the 6 at the back. So this is also important for us, okay? When we play, we don't allow them to play through us in the midfield, but we force them wide and we keep them wide. Okay? Isolate them, especially the fullbacks. When the ball goes wide, this is our trigger for you, Paul, as our striker, for you to cut the field in half and then close down. We close down and we try and win the ball. What is also important in that is to press to win the ball. Okay? Now, with our pressing from the goal kick, what is important? One, this guy, Mpo, our striker. You are not the first guy to make the press. Our wingers are going to make the press to the center backs. But also, what is key for our wingers here, when they make the press, you are closing this passing lane, okay? You are closing this passing lane. So you're not just going here to just press for the sake of pressing, but you are pressing him, but at the same time, you are closing this lane. If they play the ball over you, it's a different story. Now, our right back has to be, our center back has to be, Yongama has to be a little bit aggressive and be brave to jump and close down their fullback. Or when Yongama jumps in to close down the fullback, now we shift together. Same applies on the other side. When they play the ball over the winger, be brave to jump, be ready also to jump before this happens. So anticipate the jump. The ball is longer, it's over the top, it's hanging, it's a pressing trigger for us, okay? But when we're doing that, let's be aggressive, okay? Let's be aggressive. Let's close the passing lane, as I mentioned, that when we're pressing there, we shadow defend. We close like Jordan is, like Paul, what he's doing here. He's not picking this guy man to man. He's just shadow defending him. So if the 6, you need to be constantly checking your shoulder. When he moves across, you move across. When you move this way, you move this way. But also, if you move the opposite side of the ball, you don't follow him because it opens up this space for us. So if the ball is here and the 6 moves here, you just go across. The winger comes inside to close that space for you. Okay? The reason that we're pressing like that is closer to goals. So if we win the ball there, we have an opportunity to score, right? We go to our set pieces. Defensively, there is 3 moments for us, or 3 principles for us. Is zonal defending, our back 4, our 3 center backs plus 1 of the midfielders take the zonal part. The reason for that, it helps us also when we win the ball. We are not all over the place. We are still structured. We are still in our position. So here it will be the left center back, the center back, and the right center back. Even the ball, if the ball is here, we still maintain the same shape: left center back, center back, right center back. Just the midfielder goes across. And then here it's our man-to-man marking. Our man-to-man marking. You pick a man. If they have an extra guy, no problem. We still have 4 players on the zone there. So if they have 4 or more players in this zone, pick what you can, and then these guys will deal with them. And then we have our 2 midfielders, Zuba and Asake, as our transition players, that when Asekona catches the ball, we want this explosiveness from you, even from here, to be a little bit explosive, and then maybe you can throw it into them or roll it into them. Okay, direct corners. We do on the right or even on the left. We have 3 players on the ball. On here, we have Mpo, we have Setu, we have Luto. Okay, here we have Jordan. Jordan's role here is to make the short run. The reason for this is to attract the defenders that are here as a decoy. We are not going to play this pass. This is a decoy. They follow him. They open up more spaces for us. We have Uyongama and we have Asake here that will be making these runs. Because that we have this bunch of players here, I'm assuming that they will be focusing here, wanting to close down the near post, and this zone will be open for us. So we start on the penalty spot when he's about to kick, but this is our targeted area. The near post is our targeted area because the keeper does not see. We are standing in front of the keeper, and then we have our balance here. It depends also on how many players that they leave behind, okay? It depends. If they leave 3 players here, we need to have a +1. Maybe we drop one of the 2 on the penalty spot to make it 4v3, okay? Okay, this is for me, we can talk until tomorrow, okay? But we still have to play the game. We still have to apply ourselves. We have to show, we have to be brave. We have a lot of information in our heads now, but we need to be calm, okay? This is not new to you. You have done it before. We have done it many, many times, okay? I believe in you. I think that you are a great team and we can do great things together. So let's continue to work. Let's continue to push. This is another opportunity for us to get better, okay? Let's go.